affective state theory.
Affective state theory. I don't think I've ever heard of this before, so I'm excited to learn.
Have you heard of state-dependent memory?
Nope. I could make an assumption of what it is, but I've not officially heard of it.
Well, they're different.
Oh, okay.
They're easily... I was figuring that people will get confused easily because that's one state-dependent memory is most often talked about.
Like I would assume that state-dependent memory is when your memories, how you remember them is like determined by the current state that you're in or the state you're in when you created the memory.
Yeah, and your memory's better if you're in that state of mind again, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's like if you're chewing gum while you're studying, you should chew that same gum while you write the test.
Yes.
During my undergrad, I actually used to go to, not all the time, but when I could in my schedule, I would go to my classrooms that I had the class in and sit in my desk that I would sit in during class and that I would sit in when I wrote my exams. And I would study and rewrite my notes in that position. I think it might have had a part in helping me. Never know.
It's like my song. I always have a song that it ends up changing every few months, but it's the song I play before every time I need to focus.
It's true. He does.
And I will just blast it and play it like 3 or 4 times. Then I'm in the zone.
And he'll dance to it.
I don't dance. So, affective state theory falls closely with hedonic theories of well-being. That's attaining pleasure and avoiding pain. Basically, happiness coincides with your overall emotional state. So,
seems pretty logical. Yes.
So, in 1969, a man by the name of Norman Bradburn expanded this as positive affect and negative affect. Mm-hmm. Okay, to sum it up quickly, positive affect is an individual's tendency to experience positive emotions when dealing with life's challenges. So, that looks like optimism, extroversion, success, finding fulfillment in things. And contrary to that is the negative effect, is thinking negative, having negative feelings about your environment.
Yeah, well, that basically is the same versions as what you were talking about at the start of the episode when you gave me like the 2 options for what happiness means. And the one was focusing your day on like potential negative things that could happen. And the other one was focusing on like the self-realization and meaningful interactions and relationships. So it sounds to me kind of like the exact same ideas, but just with different names again.
Pretty much, yeah.
Nice. Repackaged with a pretty bow. I think this guy chose better names for it though.
So according to this theory, positive affect influences a happier and less stressful life. This fosters resiliency by making it possible to deal with life stresses. And so I think a lot of the time people can get stuck in when you have a really bad day and then you say to yourself like, oh, I have to deal with this now. So it makes the day even harder.
It's true, 100%. Even if you're trying not to focus on it, if something really disruptive or, sad happens during your day, it can be really hard to get back into like the right state of mind. Like the other day, I had so many things on the schedule that I wanted to get done. And then I came home from grocery shopping and one of my friends sent me some like really negative news. And like the day was shot. Like no matter how much I knew in my mind and kept saying to myself, like, you need to get back to work, you need to get things done. Nope. And Julian is a great partner and just accepted that and helped me to feel better and have an easier rest of the day. and not feel guilty for not getting the stuff done I should have.
Nah, doesn't matter. So I guess part of that too is I do this, and I've been told by other people, they call it destination happiness.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it's like you're just looking for a different situation. Like you would say, well, if only this happened instead, I would be happy now.
Well, that sounds exactly like grass is always greener on the other side. Like you're always thinking it's better over there, better for someone else. Boo hoo hoo.
Sounds like someone has a negative effect. I'm gonna have to go around telling people, hey, watch their negative effect.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Keep your negative effect from me, buddy.
You ain't affecting me.
My positivity repels.
But I guess, so obviously this isn't the only theory on happiness. But part of it kind of points towards like gratitude practices.
I love that.
Because you know how like that's like the the cliche advice for mental health is, well, just meditate and think about the things that make you happy in your life or you're proud of, all this different stuff. And well, it's supposed to like trick your mind into thinking happy thoughts.
Well, every cliche, I would say, probably comes from some truth. So I think there is some validity to those practices and trying to ground yourself.
Yeah. Oh, and 100%.